So we've done this problem, and this problem is a PMT problem. However, what's given to you here? The PMT is given to you. You figured it out. Now I'm going to do a future value problem with PMT figuring in, but exactly the opposite. So let's go there. And then I will take a natural break. Okay. So the next problem. Let's just read it. And by the way, if at this point you're feeling a little tired, you've had too much of future value of an annuity, take a break. That's okay, because I think it's much more important you understand bite-sized pieces. And you can always join me in a minute. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. Okay? Okay. So let's get started with example number 2 of an annuity. So I'm going to again draw a timeline, and hopefully we'll get so familiar with doing this, we are going to. I promised myself today that I'm going to go slow and I'm going to squeeze every ounce of energy from a problem. And that's what the beauty of finance is. So 0 here, and how much here? 25, right? Now, what do I know in this problem? I know that per year, the interest rate again is 8%. Just for simplicity, the same number. The numbers will change depending on who you are. And now I say, I know the future value. And I'm using dollars again, just for simplicity, right? So just let's pause. Like last time, I jumped straight into PMT, knowing that it's a PMT problem. But it's not the kind of problem that dictates what you're looking for. It is what information you need to be answered. So here, I know future value. So the question is being asked is, suppose you want $500,000 when you retire 25 years from now. How much must you invest each year starting at the end of this year if the interest rate is 8%? Now I repeat again, I'm choosing 8%, but actually you are choosing 8%. Not the exact number, but the strategy. And for 8%, you better be invested in something risky. You're not going to get 8% from the bank, okay? So $500,000 you need at retirement, right? And you're using 8%. So let me ask you this. When we go to Excel in a second, you will use the PMT function. Why? Because that's the guy I don't know. And that's the guy I'm trying to solve for, right? Okay, let's do it. Okay. The good news is I have the same problem set up over there. But now what do I do? And this actually helps. I have the last problem. What do? I change FV to PMT. Why did I do that? Because as I said earlier, in this particular example, I do not know one of them, and that's PMT. What's the interest rate? 8%. How many years? In the previous problem, it was 40 years, right? In this problem, we have, I believe, 25. And if I make a mistake, that's one of the times you can catch me and fix it faster than me. Okay? So the number of periods, PMT, and then the next information. This is a little bit important because Excel has a system which you got to follow. Otherwise, you are kind of on your own. If after the number of periods, there's a symbol called PV, which we know what it is. Do we know the PV of this problem? Answer is no. So we got to put 0 because we don't have a number there. And then we type FV, 500. And hopefully when I say, if I have all the numbers right, and I'm doing it in real time with you, simply to make you recognize that you can do it, you can do it just like I did it. The reason I'm using a calculator is simply because the number that I need to calculate has got 25 operations involved, right? So the only operation that's simple is the last one. But in this case, I don't know the last one either. I don't know 25 of them, right? The PMTs. So how do I figure that out? I have to use a calculator or do stepwise, very slowly the problem, and we'd be here forever. Okay, so it's 6,800 and let me call it 6,840. So I'm going to now go back to the problem. The answer to this is in dollars 6840. Why am I making it 6840? Why not 6839.1? Because we are family now. I mean, I'm not going to worry about decimals, and you don't need to worry about them, at least in the classroom. In real life, probably yes. Okay, 6840. Let's, for convenience, assume that it's about 7,000. Approximately, right? So what's going on here? I need to put away $6,840, and I'll approximate it approximately $7,000. How many times? 25 times to end up having 500 bucks, right? So why did I approximate even 6840 by 7,000? Is let me ask you the following question. Suppose the interest rate was 0, right? In other words, there was no value to time. What would you have if you invested $7,000 25 times? You just multiply 7,000 by 25, right? So what do? You take $7,000 multiplied by 25, you have 175, 75. Why did I do this? Again, as in finance, pause and say compounding, right? So if I didn't have 8% rate of return, I would have only $175,000. That's not little, and by no means am I saying it's throwaway money. But compare the 175 to the 500. So what's going on? The 8% is helping me, and here's my little take before we take a natural break on this. I hope you understand this problem. Secondly, I hope you recognize that the 8% is coming from where? The market. And I hope you realize now why the market is so awesome. Because you're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything when I put away my money in my retirement. What am I giving in this example? I'm putting away 6840, right? I understand that could be my hard-earned money. But the fact is, the externality, the positive benefit a market provides to people for their ability to benefit from the economy at the rate of 8% is phenomenal. You see what I'm saying? So what's going on here is that my money goes to somebody with great ideas who's able to earn some money, and I still can earn 8%. So I don't want you to ever forget the beauty of markets. Beauty of markets is an ability for all of us to share, and not one person, all of us. And that's the beauty of it. The unfortunate thing about life, as I said once in a while I'll go into life, is that not everybody has this opportunity. And yes, we can all say that everybody's not working hard enough, but sometimes it's difficult to make money, right? It's difficult to have jobs. A lot of people these days don't have the ability to even invest. So let's do this. Let's take a break right now. We have spent a lot of time on two problems. I do not want you to exhaust yourself, but I want you to think about these issues. One last thought. While we are offline, redo these problems and double check them. Let me explain what I mean. Make 6840 your payment. Make number of years 25 and make the interest rate 8%. And solve the problem for what the future value will be. And what should your answer be? 500,000. Tell me what's cooler than that. it's internally consistent. It's got to be. If it's not finance. Okay, so take a break, and I'll also take a pause, and we'll come back and start off with present value of annuities. Keep smiling. Thank you.